Brian Daleski with Able Distributors. As many of you know, I haven't been truly in the field in about 5 years since I came to work for Able Distributors. Nowadays, the most field experience or field use I get is going to a job site visit, helping guys out. So I wanted to kind of go through what I carry in my tool bag, my service bag, that's going to be in another video, and the meters and test equipment I carry with me everywhere I go. So let's dig into it. Now I buy these canvas bags, they're Klein bags, we don't sell these, but I like them because you can write on them what's inside the bag. You can keep everything tidy. Instruction manual, I lend out a lot of my tools. So inside this one, it's marked thermometers, and I've got an LED laser point and shoot thermometer. I've got 4. Now we actually started carrying these. This is the 650. It's a pocket thermometer from Uei. One of my favorites. Folds out so you can take a probe, put it in ductwork. You can still use it as a regular, straight thermometer, but I like the compact size. I carry 4 of these, so I can have multiple. I can check outside temperature, inside temperature, supply and return, or if there's more than one piece of equipment on a job, I can do multiple things at once. Then I've got the Uei DTH31. Now this might be an older model. Gives me dry bulb, wet bulb, another good tool. And then oddly enough in here, I've got a little outlet checker that tells me if I have power for the outlet, and then it's got a button so I can check a GFI. And then I've got, and again, I don't know why it ended up in this bag, a little Klein touch power detector so I know if something's live or not. Nobody wants to get hit with anything live if they can. So that's that bag. The Uei, again, it's another little bag, keeps everything. This is the DL49. It's a nice compact multimeter with the amp clamp. I like it a lot, so I keep the probes in here. I keep the clamp in here. It keeps it clean and everything in one spot, so I know where it is. And if I lend it out, I can make sure that it's all there. Another Uei test piece. This is that I do my static pressure, anything pressure related, pressure switches, static pressure. This is the Uei Em201b. I like it a lot, and of course the kit comes with the B's, the kit. It comes with the little probes to do static pressure testing, which is nice. It also comes with the little adapters for gas pressure. So that's a nice thing too. That's that. Now, one of the things I do that not everybody does is every single January 1st, I replace every single battery and everything I've got, whether it needs a new battery or not. It's just what I do. It helps keep me sane and make sure that when I need it, I need it. So I also carry some Fluke stuff. This is probably my go-to meter every day just because I'm used to it. This is the 116. It's got the magnetic hanger on it that I like a lot. Super easy. It doesn't have the amp clamp, so I mean, if I had to do it again, I'd go with a 1 meter that has everything. So then I've got, obviously we sell tape. I travel around showing people our line set tape and our line set material, so that's in it. Now, a lot of guys, this is going to age me a little bit, but I still like having a Magna Helix. And if you've never used one, initially I liked them because they were super accurate, easy to read. I didn't have to put on glasses. Better yet, I didn't have to worry about batteries, so that these could sit in my truck forever, and I never had to worry about the one time I needed it to have a battery. So I've got one there for pressure switches. I've got another one set up for checking gas. And again, a lot of you younger guys have probably never seen one. A refractometer. You got to have some way of telling at what level your glycol is. So I bought one of these. It comes in handy just to make sure that we're good going into the season. They're not terribly expensive, so I carry one of those. I carry a puller, a wheel puller, but honestly, most of the time, some WD-40 and some sandpaper works just fine. But in here, I've got a wrench that fits it, I've got the socket that fits it, and the little attachment to go into my impact. So everything's in one container, so if I have to pull a stubborn wheel, I've got that. I've got, this is a motor tester for the Nordine equipment. So this comes in handy. You connect power to this, just 24 volts, and then you pick the connector that you want. You plug this into your motor, hook this up to 24 volts, flip the switch. Basically, if the motor spins, you can go through high-low, then you know the motor's fine, and it's the board driving that motor that's not good. If the motor doesn't start at all, it still could be the board, but you know you need a motor. So that's that. And this one, I've just got a flaring tool. I won't bother opening up that. Everybody's seen a flaring tool. This is a Hillmore ratcheting one. In this one, I've got my Uei temperature clamp. Now, again, I use this, obviously I've got the probes, the wire probes in here too, but more often than not, I'm using this for ACs or even hydronic situations where I have the clamp that goes on a pipe. So that's that in the bag. I've got a turbo meter. So with Unico systems, figuring out how many CFM you're getting, this meter is perfect because you put this flat up against the diffuser, you turn it from knots to CFM, gives you a pretty accurate way of knowing if you're losing any air anyplace else. So to me, if I know that blower's putting out 800 CFM and I go to every single outlet and I add up only 600, I know we've got leaks someplace, a hole in the ductwork, something's going on, so I carry one of those. Water test, this is a simple device. It's basically a clear tube, and it's got, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's got a design on the bottom, and you fill this up with water, and it just tells me how bad the water is if I can't see that design, how much particles are in that water. A better test would be to have the Furnox water test kit, so I carry one of these so I can check for hardness and iron and everything else. In this bag also, I've got just a little bag. It's got different little leads and jumpers and different probes for some of my meters, so it keeps them all kind of handy. I've got jumpers. I don't know why I have so many jumpers in this bag. I don't know how many I could possibly need. When we get to what's in my actual service bag, I've taken some jumpers and I've created my own, because not always do alligator clips help me out. Sometimes I just want needles. So I built one with just 2 points where I can pierce a wire and jump it, or if I can just touch between 2 spots. Not always do I need to clamp it on. I built another one where it's male and female spades in case I want to jump something out. I've also built, and in my service bag you'll see, I've taken the leads for my meter, and now I have male and female, so I can just clip in a flame sensor so I can check, and I don't have to worry about something bouncing around or coming unclipped. And a UV light to detect UV dye in an AC system. And that's about it. Obviously, you know, I'm in sales, so I carry some tape. Like I said, the line set tape, everybody's amazed by that. We sell that. The electrical tape by Sure Tape, everybody's amazed by that, so we sell a lot of that. And that's basically all I carry in here, other than a little notebook. Oh, I do have one more. I do have one more Uei meter. So this is, and this one I like a lot. This is the DL429B. So you got an amp clamp, temperature, everything. So everything my Fluke does and my little Uei amp clamp does, this thing does better. So this is another nice one. And this is probably the one I lend out to people more often than not. And then in my bag, since I do a lot of job site visits, I carry some samples of what microchannel looks like. If you've never seen what microchannel looks like, one of these days I'll do a whole video on just that. And that's it. That's everything in this bag. And again, this is not my service bag. This is just stuff I keep with me just in case. But most of the time when I go out to a job site visit, the contractor or the service tech already has equipment there. The only time I have to break out my stuff is if his stuff is so beat up and nasty and cracked and stepped on and not performing very well, then I dip into my own bag. I like to have, we all get used to what we're used to. And again, I think that's the only reason I still carry the Fluke, is I'm used to it. It's something that's held up over the years. But next video, I'll show you what's in my service bag. So this is just what I carry as far as test equipment. I know you guys probably carry more than I do, but again, I'm not out there every single day making my living this way. This is how I make my living now. Brian Dulesky, Able Distributors. Thanks.